Good evening, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Empowered Pause. I am your host, Rachel Chenoa J. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Before we get started on this week's Empowered Pause, I have a wonderful announcement to make. This Sunday and all of the Sundays in February, Speak Initiative is hosting wellness sessions at Fort Washington Collegiate Church, which is located on West 181st Street in Manhattan. There's a flyer on our website and on our Facebook page, as well as Instagram, where you can get all of the information about the wellness events, or you can actually reach out to us directly if you need some information. But we're inviting anyone who's able to come if you'd like to participate and get some ideas or some information about Speak Initiative in real life, since this is our one of our first live events. This is the place to do it. So I look forward to seeing you there. I hope you'll come out. If not the first Sunday, then hopefully maybe the Sundays after. We are doing this for 4 Sundays in February, celebrating our first year anniversary as well as Black History Month. So again, we look forward to seeing you. Hopefully I'll get some familiar faces, and we look forward to having a great time. So for those of you who are just joining us here for the first time, the Empowered Pause is a weekly live where we go live. Sometimes I have a topic, sometimes I do not. Sometimes I just bounce off of the participants who are watching, and we just give our speakers and our listeners space to be held. I mean, space to be heard and space to actually be held. Yes, exactly. So today's topic is, what breath of life are you feeding yourself today? Now, that's a complicated question because breath of life, it sounds so magnificent when you hear it. And I looked up the term because that's just who I am. And of course, that phrase has a lot of biblical meaning as well as layman terms as well. Just breath of life as far as what drives you, what energy is in you, what are you feeding yourself, nourishing yourself with, nourishing your body, your mind, your soul with on a daily basis. That's what I got from that message, from that question that was asked of me. Usually when I'm going through topics to present on the Empowered Pause, it's not just me coming out with, random things off the top of my head. It's usually a group of us, and we decide to, ask those questions that make us think, right? So this question was actually posed to me, so I'm actually posing it to you, right? So again, the question was, what breath of life are you feeding yourself today? My answer to that would have been, I actually took some time today to get outside. It was recommended that I get some air since I'm a homebody and I'm usually indoors working. A change of scenery and breathing some fresh air was actually something I needed. So I actually gave myself true breath and going outside to breathe some fresh air, right? It could be a book you're reading. What are you feeding your mind with? What are you feeding your soul today? How are you feeding your soul today? It could be revisiting a favorite passage. It can be calling someone who you haven't spoken to in a while. What are you feeding yourself today? Again, I said, I went outside, but I also have to take some time and do some reading today because I realized that does relax me to a certain extent. And when you're planning and you're moving around and you have 50 things going on at one time that you think you do in your mind, sometimes it's helpful just to sit down and say, you know what, let's reevaluate this day and figure out how can I be a little more calm and productive at the same time. So it was recommended that I go outside and get air. I did that. Now I'm actually going to take some time and read this evening before I go to bed to calm myself down. So, I know sometimes there are people watching, and we get a lot of feedback. A lot of times you see this after the fact, but I'd love to hear your responses. If you actually watch this video and come across this question, Take the time to ask yourself that question. Take the time to say, what have I fed myself today that was life nourishing? What have I fed myself today that was life affirming? Because the breath of life is basically the energy that you have, the life force inside of you. What are you doing to affirm that today? Right? So, again, as usual, this is very brief. I wanted to come on and give the exciting news about the in person events that will be starting this weekend. And of course, if you're not able to attend, please share the information, share this video, share Speak Initiatives Facebook page or Instagram page. We are looking to help as many people as possible. And we're here, we're functioning, we're up. As you can see by the scroll below, we are still accepting donations as well. So yes, this was a short, empowered pause. I wanted to give you the good news, and I wanted to give you a question that, sit with it for a while. See how it makes you feel. What comes up? Are you feeding yourself something from the breath of life every day? Sometimes we have days when we forget about ourselves and, we don't do those behaviors or those things that actually make us feel better. There's a moment in each day that you can pause. We're here maybe 10 to 15 minutes, not even. Sometimes it's actually just 5 minutes, but at least it's space to catch your breath, to breathe, right? So until next week, thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing anyone who's going to come out to the live events. Again, they are being held at Fort Washington Collegiate Church, which is in Manhattan on 181st Street, West 181st Street. We'll put up the flyer. The flyer is actually on the Facebook page already and on the Instagram pages. And so you'll get to see that. And if anyone has any questions or comments, or if you'd like to participate in our wellness events, please feel free to reach out directly. We are on all social media platforms. All right. So thank you for taking this brief moment with me. I look forward to seeing you next week. Until then, take care.